Sometimes it feels heaven has gone quiet on us. We have prayed, we have fasted, we have done all that we know to do, but nothing is happening yet. I'm here to share with you a story, and I'm hoping that that story speaks to your heart so that you understand that silence does not mean absence. The story is this. There was this young couple. They were living in a 2-bedroom apartment, but the family was growing, and so they decided instead of moving to another apartment, let them buy their own house. While they were on it, they decided to find out at least the cost of the house and see how much they can start preparing to keep as down payment. And so they were able to get that. They started praying. They were praying, hoping that God will help them while they were searching for something that at least could get closer to the amount they have been approved for. One day the wife said, you know what, why don't we actually be specific in what we are really praying for? Like the type of house that we're looking for. What exactly do we want? How do we want the house to look? And so they decided again to change their prayer point, and they continued. They were praying. They were trying to raise the money. Of course, they were having a hard time doing that, but they kept believing. Until one day, the wife saw there was an advert of a woman that was trying to sell her house by herself. So they decided that, or rather the wife called her husband and said that she wanted them to go there. The husband didn't see any reason for that. What the woman was actually asking for, they were not even approved for that. But the wife was able to convince him, and so they decided to go there. When they went there, the owner of the house was already attending to people that came to also look at the house. While they were waiting, the wife decided to go about looking at the flowers. She was admiring the flowers. She was touching the ones she wanted to touch, filling the whole place. The owner of the house was attending to those people that came before them, but she was actually watching what that lady was doing. When it was their time, they came in and they actually said what they were offered for, what they were offering. But the owner of the house wouldn't hear that. She actually told them that those people that they saw was even offering something far higher. So she wasn't going to sell them the house when she could actually get something far higher. They begged, they asked, but the woman didn't budge. And so they decided to leave. While they were leaving, at the other side of the house, the young couple, the woman actually saw another side that they had beautiful flowers. She went there again and started admiring the flowers. When she was done, they were about to leave when the owner of the house told them she had changed her mind. She was going to sell the house to them. They were surprised, and they asked her why she wanted to sell the house to them. And she said, you know one thing, that she loved these flowers and that she was willing to sell lower because she had seen that that woman loved the flowers just as much as she loved her flowers, and that she wouldn't want to sell the house to some people that will come and will not take care of these flowers. As a result, she had decided to sell the house to that family. They thanked her for that, and they also decided to ask her another question. They asked her why she was relocating. She said that she was the only person in that place, and that her daughter had been trying to get her to leave this place and move closer to her and her family, but she never saw any need for that. But recently, she had become sick, that most of the time she was always going to the hospital, that she felt the need to now move closer to her daughter and at least to actually be there and see her grandchildren growing before her. And they decided to ask her the final question. What year did you build this house? She told them 10 years ago. 10 years ago was when this couple started praying. 10 years ago was when it looked like nothing was going to happen because they couldn't even raise the down payment for any house that they wanted to buy. But that 10 years ago was when God, when they started the prayer, God heard them and raised a woman who had the money to start building that house. Remember, they were also asking God for the specifics of what they wanted in the house. God put it in that woman's heart, and she was doing the same for them. When it was time for that woman to leave, that was when God decided to show them the house that he started 10 years ago when they started praying. I want to encourage you to know this, that once you say that prayer, God has heard it. But always remember that everything is all about his timing. That when his time is right, I promise you that whatever it is, that you will receive it. It is for that reason, continue to pray, continue to show up, continue to walk like somebody that knows that his or her prayer has already been answered. Because being silent doesn't mean that God is not working behind the scene. If this has actually interested in any way and you'd love to continue to hear more of this, please follow me on my YouTube channel, Money and Meaning with Chichi. And please do not forget to subscribe, to like, and to share. Thanks for watching, and do have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.